right, Abuja. Good morning and welcome to the program Citizen Sports, reaching you from 93.7 FM with me, Emmanuel Fashimi. Yes, thank God it's Friday. The weekend is upon us. Yes, a lot is going to happen this weekend in the sporting world, from FCT to other parts of the world. That is Africa. Don't forget, we also have the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League. And also in Europe, the top leagues are ongoing. La Liga, EPL, Italian Serie A, the French League on the German Bundesliga, and the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. We will have our own team, Under-17 Women's Team, the Flamingos of Nigeria, taking part in the competition. Also, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will today lock on with Benin Republic in the first leg of the WAFCON qualifiers for next year. So let's see a lot of action, football action packed this weekend, and also from the grassroots, from the home front here in the FCT. Yes, indeed, the big one will kick off tomorrow. It is the Rodney Youth League 2025. The Rodney Youth Football League will kick off tomorrow with mouth-watering fixtures. Yes, when I say grassroots, I think FCT is now leading the front line when it comes to grassroots football. So these and many more on the show this morning, as we'll be giving you all of the happenings. Also in the NBA, yes, a scandal rocking the NBA right now. Betting scandal. That is the biggest franchise in the world. That is NBA basketball in the United States. And also we'll talk some tennis on the show this morning. So just sit tight as we take you around the world of sport. If you are driving, please make sure your sixth sense is alive. Use all your senses while you are driving. Use your mirror, use your rear mirror, and make sure you also use your seat belt. And don't overload your car. Don't carry too much of crowd. Yes, 3 seats, 3 person for the seat at the back and 1 in front. That is why the car was produced for that purpose. Don't carry 5. Don't carry 10. Okay, let's see. Make sure you drive carefully. If you're at home, just sit back and enjoy the show this morning. Okay, let's begin from the camp of the Under-17 women's far away Morocco. The Flamingos of Nigeria, as Nigeria Under-17 women's coach Bankole Olokere has called on his players to show resilience and fight for survival after their narrow 1-0 defeat. The France left their hopes of advancing to the knockout stage of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup hanging by a thread. The Flamingos, who have now suffered back-to-back defeats in Morocco, put up a much improved performance compared to their opening loss against Canada, but were undone by a late strike from France, Mesa Fatala, in the 81st minute. Speaking after the game in a post-match conference, Olokere admitted the result was disappointing, but insisted that the team would not give up on qualification hopes. He said it is so disappointing. As we said, we just need to see if we can get something. We will try to work hard in the next game and see how we can remain in the tournament. Despite the defeat, the coach drew positive from his team's fighting spirit, expressing belief that a big win in their final group game against Samoa Island could still secure progression to the next round. Yes, with 0 points and a goal deficit to overturn, Olokere emphasized the need for his side to be clinical and focused when they face Samoa in their last Group D game. 3 points can be enough to go through. We have a deficit of 4 goals now, so our plan against Samoa is first to get 3 points, and then we'll see how we can make it the tally much better and be more comfortable with what we have also considered. That is what we are going to work on. Yes, the girls, the Nigerian Under-17 women's team need to beat Samoa by 5 on-reply goals or more, even 7, 8, 10, 9. that will put them in a better position to advance to the knockout stage of the competition. Yes, the final group game will determine whether Olokure young side can extend their stay in Morocco or exit the tournament at the group stage. They will need a convincing win against Samoa to stand any chance of reaching the knockout rounds of the competition. As part of the best 4 third-place teams, yes, the Nigerian girls need to win Samoa and then see if they can progress through the best third-place team in all of the groups. That game comes up tomorrow against Samoa. Let's support the Flamingos of Nigeria as they look to qualify for the round of 16 of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup going on in Morocco. Okay, let's quickly tell you that games are lined up for today in Group A. We'll have the host team, Morocco, who are also at the verge of bowing out of the competition. Brazil Under-17 women's team will trade tackles with Italy women's team as Costa Rica Under-17 women's team face host Morocco women. In Group B, we'll have Mexico women's team versus Cameroon women. That is another African representative who's on the verge of bowing out of the competition. Netherlands versus North Korea. All the games will be played at the same time by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. But early kickoff games are lined up in Group C, where we'll have Ecuador women versus China women, and then Norwegian women, Norway Under-17 women versus USA women. That is in Group C. Nigerian games comes up tomorrow. These two games, Ecuador versus China, Norway versus USA, comes up at 2 p.m. Nigerian time. So Nigeria will be playing tomorrow at Saturday against Samoa Island in their last Group D game. Still talking women football because it is the women that has been bringing glory and laurels to the country. Yes, they've been making us smile when it comes to football, as the men technically the men are sleeping. Yes, indeed, if not for what the Super Eagles did in their last match day 10 of the FIFA Senior Men's World Cup qualifiers against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic by qualifying for the playoffs. So we still have a long way to get to the World Cup. The playoff will be coming up next month. But let's go look at the Super Falcons of Nigeria, as they are also locked in qualifiers for next year's Women's Africa Cup of Nations, where they will also have to look for a way of qualifying for the FIFA Women's World Cup coming up in 2020. A qualifying clash at the Stade de Kegu in Lomé today. The 25,000 capacity stadium in Togolese capital will host the West African Derby as the 10-time African champions seek a commanding win that could make the return leg in Nigeria on Tuesday a formality. Head coach Justin Madugo has 19 players available for the encounter and expressed confidence that the squad will deliver a result worthy of their status as title holders. We have a team that will go out there and make us proud. Yes, we would have loved to have Jennifer Ekegide, but we do not, and we can only pray for her to recover quickly. On today, we will go out and play our game and seek the goals that will put us in good stead ahead of the return leg. Nigeria are bidding to defend the title they won in Morocco in July this year as they take on the Amazons of Benin Republic. The North African nation will also host the next year's tournament. That is Morocco we're talking about now, where all 4 semi-finalists will automatically qualify for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup in Brazil. So Morocco will host next year's tournament, next year's Women's Africa Cup of Nations, where all 4 semi-finalists will automatically pick the ticket for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. Yes, Morocco is hosting everything. That is to tell you how far and where they are when it comes to sport in Africa. In terms of facilities, facilities, the player, in terms of structure, they have it. And that is why they are hosting everything right now. Well, let's borrow a leaf from Morocco. Nigeria can also host all these tournaments if we do things right. It is what it is. But let's say that game comes up 4 p.m. Nigerian time between the Amazons of Benin Republic and the Super Falcons of Nigeria in the first leg of the 2026 FIFA of the 2026 African Cup of Nations for women coming up in Morocco next year. So let's pray for the Super Falcons. Indeed, they are battle ready. The next leg, the return leg, will be played at the MK Abiola Arena in Abeokuta come next week Tuesday. Okay, let's continue with football. But this time around, quickly, we'll go straight to the continent. That is the CAF Champions League, where we'll have only 2 teams remaining in the continent. That is Remo Stars and Rivers United. But Remo Stars, they technically are already out of the competition. With Rivers United still having hopes of qualifying, going to the next round of the competition. But let's look at this story quickly, as CAF has announced a new date for the CAF Champions League second leg tie between Rivers United and Mozambican side Black Bulls of Maputo. The encounter, which was initially scheduled for Sunday 26th. Yes, the game was scheduled for Sunday 26 October 2025. Will now take place tomorrow. The reason for the change